Hey, Yoda brothers, what's up? It's the Director, week 2, out here with Playbook.gg. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is the Director. I've got my own Madden YouTube channel. I'm collaborating with these guys here at Playbook.gg and bringing you guys some MUT content, some Madden Ultimate Team content. Also, I hate to plug too much, but we just finished an epic video over on the channel. All the Madden YouTubers, like some of the biggest Madden YouTubers out there, got together to do a huge mock draft simulation event of the actual draft coming up here in a couple of weeks. So super excited, guys. Make sure you go check that out. But today we're going to be taking a look at the Director's top 5 players from this last week to add to your squad. This is an interesting week because I don't want to encourage people to go spend too much coin right now at this period because of what's going to be happening this weekend. I will point out some good players from this last week to kind of keep your eye on, but there's a couple of huge things up and coming this weekend that you want to keep your eye out for when it comes to the market. Being in the golden tickets that are dropping today, so you guys are probably taking a look at who's available. At the time of recording this video, the only one I've seen that's been confirmed is Kelvin Benjamin, and he's okay. He's not the best, but he's okay. But I'm going to give you guys still your top 5. Oh, and also on Sunday we're going to be seeing the opening of all of the Easter eggs, and that should be a huge dip in the market. Like, if you need any cards that are dropped within these eggs, so if let's say there's an Ultimate Legends egg, you know, there's going to be so many of them flooding the market on Sunday morning. So make sure you guys are prepared. You know, go out there, save your coins for that morning, and build your teams. That is the day to build your teams. But regardless, let's go into the top 5 players from this last week to guys kind of get you honed on. I think this was an okay week for Madden Ultimate Team. We've seen better, but there's a couple of really big names that I do want to go over as well. So let's go ahead and start in Madden Ultimate Team here with Ted Hendricks. This one's interesting. I think he's the kind of name that you see people maybe overlook a lot in Madden Ultimate Team because we've seen him a lot in past years. Some guys like him, some guys don't. I think I like him because what he brings to the table uniquely as a player. The first thing I want you to look at is take a look at his archetype, run stopper. There's not a lot of really good run stopper left outside linebackers in the game. Really, go take a look on the auction house. He's pretty unique in what he brings to the table. Really good in 3-4, and as on top of that, 6'7" with really decent speed. I know it's not crazy, you know, game-breaking speed, but for the kind of left outside linebacker he is, it's a really good speed. All right, so 88 speed, if you power him up, if you put Sprinter on, maybe have, you know, Coach Madden, you get that up to 92 speed. That's pretty nasty coming off the edge on a 3-4, specifically as a run stopper. So you're looking at those stretch, you know, formations and stuff like that. That's what he's built to go out and stop. That makes sense. So 88 speed, 82 finesse, 89 power move, not great, but that block shedding at 96. The strength is a little bit low. I would consider, you know, if you guys are running Sprinter and stuff like that, my personal favorite is actually Brawler because it does boost that strength. And that really comes in handy when you're, you know, adding it to players like your offensive and defensive line players, and then your linebackers that do rely on those strength ratings as well, because a combination of strength and block shedding really does help out in your run defense. So that's something to highly consider. Again, when he's powered up, though, he should be able to hit that 90 overall power or the 90 power moves threshold, which is really important. I really like that combination of at least one of those stats between power and finesse at 90, as well as really high block shedding. So I think that's really nice. This is a fantastic card. He holds what we call the MUT Force factor over on my channel. Me and Trumpet Monkey, my co-host of MUT Force, we often talk about players that just play over their overall, and even though he will be a 99, it's a nice overall, he just stands out for what he brings uniquely as a player. So there's our first player in the top 5, ranked at number 5 for this week. Let's get into our number 4 player this week. This one's a bit of a shocker, I would think, for some people. Jaylon Smith. Now, the only way I would say pick up Jaylon Smith, I mean, he's not a bad price for a 93 overall. I just think it is a little bit high because of that limited badge that he has sitting there on his card. That does boost the price a little bit for him if you're going to buy him straight up. But I wanted to point out the power up pass icon right underneath that as well. That is equally as important. There are some guys that I feel are better values for that power up pass, but if you're new to the game, you know, we talked about doing some more stuff for you budget guys, you no money spent guys. This is the kind of guy I really like. I know there's better options out there at middle linebacker. He's a 93 overall, you know, he's a couple overall behind the pack of some of the best cards in the game, but he's kind of one of those guys to consider because, again, he does stand out. Imagine when Jaylon Smith gets an upgrade, maybe somewhere around 97 or 98. His speed to zone to height to hit power ratio is all really nice. 6'2", we know that extra height on your users comes in handy with that reach. You know, you're going to want to go up and get those picks and stuff like that. The extra height helps a lot with that. I run Derwin James. He's the same height. He's an amazing user, you know, in nickel packages and stuff like that. The 90 speed is a little bit slow for this phase of the game, but if you're running a Cowboys theme team, you can get him up to 96 speed, which is definitely going to get the job done. But what really catches my eye with this card, aside from his hit power, which is also incredible, is that zone coverage. We don't see a lot of these coverage middle linebackers that have all this uniquely, you know, combined combination of stats and attributes. The zone coverage really stands out to me because you can definitely get that up to 90. And I really like those specific middle linebackers that you can, we call them non-CPU middle linebackers. You can put him, you know, in like a Tampa 2 defense, put him up out there in those deep blue coverages, and he's going to do really, really great. And on top of that, if anybody, you know, catches the ball in front of him, he's not playing underneath, he's still going to lay the heat with that 94 hit power, 95 when powered up. So that's another guy, a little bit of an odd one this week, but I really, really like this card for what it is. I just wish it was a little higher overall. So with that, Jaylon Smith takes our number 4 spot. Let's get to our number 3 spot. Coming in at number 3, another limited card. That's why this week is a little bit different. The limited cards seem to be a little overpriced, but they're really good cards in my opinion. Darius Slay Jr. Now, we're at a phase in Madden right now where I feel like a lot of cornerbacks do kind of play the same, but I do want to highlight the guys that I feel have an X factor, a Mutt Force factor, you know, that thing that stands out, something in the code that makes them play better. I feel like Darius Slay is one of those guys. Huge addition to the Philadelphia Eagles this offseason. Very happy that they finally got themselves a usable corner, especially in game. At the limited price he's at right now, it is not $298,000. It's closer to $290,000. So still a little bit pricey at $300K. There is a method, I think, to be able to get him as far as like your power-up pass and stuff like that. I think that's a nice item to use at 96 overall. He's limited. He's got great stats. And so I really like this Darius Slay quite a bit. I usually play him out there in the slot, especially if you're going, you know, like a cornerback slot blitz kind of thing. He's really, really nice in those instances. So 6 feet tall, 95 speed, 97 zone coverage, 91 man coverage, 92 press. I really like this card, man. Again, maybe it's more of a personal preference. I've used this card quite a bit in very many Maddens. Love Darius Slay, and he brings everything you want to the table from a cornerback in Madden Ultimate Team. 95 speed, you can power him up, you know, get that brawler or sprinter or whatever on him, and with Coach Madden, get him to 99 speed very easily. 94 agility is also really important. I personally feel like agility, when it comes to defensive backs, is one of the more overlooked statistics in the Madden community. I feel like that's a very important stat. Kind of helps determine how quickly he can react to the ball. You know, if he's sitting there in his own coverage and, you know, quarterback throws at him, he responds, you know, pretty quickly with his play recognition, but also the ability to move into place and, you know, put himself in a position for an interception. That's where the agility attribute comes in. So that's why I really like Darius Slay. He's going to take our number 3 spot this week. Again, he's a limited card, so I would consider using your power up pass on him. All right, coming in our top 2 spot, I'm sure you guys can guess who it's going to be. The Masters from the Color Smash promo. It's interesting though. I feel like even though they're a little pricey, this is some of the best value you're going to find in the game today, and you can expect their prices to drop even more, possibly on Sunday, if one of these guys or both of these guys are in those Easter eggs. You feel me? I feel like it's going to be a good opportunity to pick yourself up a really cheap 98 overall. So who's going to take the number 2 spot? Who's going to take the number 1 spot? Let's go ahead and do our reveal right here. Ed Reed's going to take our number 2 spot. He's absolutely fantastic. In my opinion, the best strong safety in the game right now. I know we're living in a time where, you know, Pat Tillman is out there and stuff like that, but this, my goodness, is an absolutely lethal strong safety in the game. 5'11", could be a little bit taller, but the speed at 96, so easy to get to 99. The hit power at 92, the zone coverage at 98. The man coverage is still achievable to 90 very easily as well, which is super important. We feel like, I don't know if it's, you know, like a conspiracy theory by all Madden Ultimate Team players, but we feel that 90 overall threshold on man coverage, you know, helps him still react in man coverage fairly well. Anything underneath maybe is going to be a little underwhelming, but 90 is pretty nice. So getting him up to that 90 man is pretty important as well. and then the acceleration, the tackle, the play, like everything about this card is absolutely insane. But what's also insane, like I'm going to be saying with a lot of these videos, is the ability to put 4 abilities on these guys. Like at gold 99, once you've powered him up all the way, you can put that enforcer on him. You can put universal coverage on him, which is really insane. You guys back, you know, in the day of like Madden 16, Madden 17, we all knew that 99 zone coverage just played different. Those players were so much more lethal in the game. That's what I feel universal coverage does in this year's Madden. So you've combined all of those abilities together in Ed Reid. He's one of the best strong safeties out there. I would play him out deep a little bit more than a user, but he's going to be a very, very lethal part of your defensive scheme. And on top of that, take a look at this price, man. He is dropping. The last 3 sold for 312, 312, and 315. I would not be shocked if this card reached like 260 or 275,000 coins come Sunday. Maybe even, it's probably not going to be too much cheaper because of, you know, his quick sell value for training points as well. It'd be too much of a steal. At the same time, you never know. So Ed Reid's going to take our number 2 spot. And finally, coming in at our number 1 spot, you guys guessed it, Barry Sanders. This guy's going for around the same as an Ed Reid at this point because of that set. So 316,000 coins, definitely not a bad price to pay for what's, in my opinion, the best halfback in the entirety of Madden Ultimate Team. Taking a look at his stats, first and foremost, 5'8". Some people don't like that. I love it. I feel like he can get through blockers a little more swiftly, a little more smoothly. That height, you know, there's not much to tackle at 5'8", if that makes sense. 95 speed, 98 acceleration, 99 agility, which is the most important stat on this card. You know, boosted, you know, at a 99 overall, gold 99 overall, you can easily chem this guy up to 99s across all of those statistics on Barry Sanders. And then the 98 break tackle, which again, like I said, with the agility on defensive backs, I'm going to say again, with Barry Sanders and halfbacks, that is my favorite hidden attribute on these cards. I feel like 99 break tackle is going to play just so well. The 99 elusiveness is going to play so well. But by now, you guys should know exactly why Barry Sanders is so lethal in Madden Ultimate Team. It's going to be because of that human joystick, the ability to move around like an actual video game halfback in Madden Ultimate Team. The guy is so smooth. Yes, you can still put evasive on him. I absolutely would. You know, you got 4 ability slots in him, so definitely put evasive, human joystick, outside zone guru, inside zone guru. He's going to play absolutely spectacularly. So he's really the ultimate weapon right now in Ultimate Team. Some people like to use him in the pass game as well. You know, it's kind of like having that grab and go ability, but all the time with Barry Sanders. So when you pass to him underneath, you know, like a flat route, you can take off from there. You know, pass to him. I like that Texas route, you know, with those halfbacks, you know, goes outside a little bit and then back in towards the middle. He's really lethal pretty much in any field or in any phase, any level on the field. He's going to be absolutely fantastic. So the number 1 spot, absolutely deserved by Barry Sanders. And one last time, just to remind you guys, if you're not comfortable with 316,000 coins right now, wait until Sunday. His price should drop even more, especially if he's in one of those eggs. I cannot see this price holding for very long. And that's going to do it for Director's Top 5 this week on Playbook.gg. If you guys like this, hit him up with a like and sub, man. Super excited to be working with these guys. Also, leave in the comment section below maybe some players that I missed, maybe some hidden gems from last week's promos that you'd like to go over. Maybe we'll highlight a couple of them in next week's episode. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been the Director, and as always, stay frosty.